friends, it's Carolyn Zook here with C Zook Stitch, and today is Saturday, July 1st. It's Canada Day 2023. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm really glad that you are here. Thank you for spending part of your day or your evening with me. It's Canada Day, so happy Canada Day to all of our Canadian friends out there. We're thinking about you and hope you have a lovely smoke wildfire-free holiday. If I look a little disheveled, it's because I actually got up and mowed first thing this morning. So if I look disheveled, it's because I am disheveled. No, it's fine. My yard is pretty small. It takes me maybe half an hour to mow, use my weed whacker edger thing. I know those two things are different. I don't know what I have. And leaf blow, blow all the clippings away. So that whole process only takes me like half an hour start to finish, including putting everything away. So I can't complain. It's going to be fine today and tomorrow. I mean, let's be honest, anything over 75 is too warm for me. but it's going to be like close to 100 degrees on 4th of July and the day after the 5th of July. So, I'm not looking forward to it, but thankfully this house has air conditioning. A lot of homes in the Pacific Northwest don't have AC. That is starting to change as our summers get hotter, but this is the first time I've lived in the Pacific Northwest that has air conditioning. So I'm very, very thankful for it. In fact, it was 2 years ago this past week that we hit a record high of 116 degrees here in the Portland area. And I had just moved into this house. I think I'd been in this house maybe 2 weeks, and we hit that record. So I was very, very thankful to have air conditioning. Thank you all for your lovely comments. I haven't replied to any. I've kind of quickly glanced at them. As you know, I'm still working on the comments through the past month or so. But with the video from last week where I filmed with my friend Andrea, it was so much fun to film with her. She's such a dear friend of mine, and it was really fun to kind of sit down with her and talk about things and be enabled by her. She does not have a Flosstube, which we keep trying to get her to get one, and I don't think she will. At least she hasn't succumbed to the peer pressure yet, but it was so much fun to film with her. So Andrea, thank you so much for your time with that. That was really fun. This week, I am officially on summer break from July 1 to July. There are 30 days in July or 31 days in July? Why can I not remember? January, February, March, April, May, June, July. 31. I did the little knuckle counting thing. So from July 1 to July 31, I don't have to work. I do have a couple things I have to do, actually. There's a 1 hour presentation I have to do in mid-July, and I have to prepare 2 PowerPoint slides for that. So it's fine. But I have my goals all listed out for everything I want to accomplish this month. It's a lot of organizing and cleaning, some decluttering, rearranging of things. And so those are I love to organize, but those are the more chore things. And then the second half of the month, and so I'm going to try to get those things done, is more crafting, like sewing. I have a couple sewing projects. I want to do some FFOing of some cross stitch finishes, that type of thing. So we'll see how we get on and hope for the best, but it should be a really fun month off, and I'm really excited. I'll be plenty busy. I never worry about being bored. I don't know that I've ever been bored in my life. So it should be a really fun month off. Speaking of that, I did order some new furniture. So I don't know if you realize, but when I film downstairs here where I'm filming now, the lighting is a lot better than it is up in my craft room for filming. You're on a card table. I've been working, I have a card table set up that is basically my desk for the past 2 years since I moved into this home. Because, it always takes you a little bit of time to figure out how you're going to use the space. And so I thought I was going to work mostly upstairs in my craft room when I worked from home, because I do have 2 desks up there. One was intended to be kind of crafting desk, and the other one, my sewing desk. But I thought, well, I can just use one of those for working on. Well, it turns out I don't really work upstairs when I work from home because one, my coffee maker is downstairs, so it's literally right over there. No, right over there. I was right in the first place. The kitchen's that way. It looks backwards on the thing, so I was like, wait, no, it's not. It's that way. It's right there. The lighting is better. It's cooler when I work from home in the spring and summer months. It's a lot cooler downstairs than it is upstairs. So I've just been working downstairs. So as I'm figuring out, okay, this is how I'm using the space. So I'm in my living room. So just behind you is actually, there's a couch and like the TV and all that area. But there's this big area. This is a huge living room area. And there's plenty of space to kind of set up a home office back here. So that's what I'm going to do. So I did go this week and order some new furniture, which I'm very, very excited about. So eventually you will see behind me, there'll be some cupboards and a file cabinet. Those will be delivered on Saturday, this coming Saturday. And then I also ordered a proper desk that actually has storage in it, because if you would see my card table right now, it's a mess because I have no drawers, right, in a card table. So it's just, and also I have to go through it, to be fair, and clean up some of it, my stuff. But I have no drawers. I have nothing to store this stuff in. So the desk, though, was back ordered until mid-August. So I was really hoping all the furniture would be in, so that I could work on it, organizing it, and getting it all set up in July when I was off. But some of the pieces that are actually going to take a lot longer to organize, like cabinets and stuff, will be delivered next weekend. So I'm super excited about that. That was really exciting because I've been thinking about it for a long time. I've been figuring out how I use the space. And then once I figured out how I wanted that, yeah, I am going to be working down here. This works really well for me. Also, it's right by the kitchen, right? Snacks and all that. Then it was like, okay, what pieces work? What's my budget? What fits in my budget? Sometimes those don't. Sometimes those collide. Like, what do I want and what fits in my budget? Those things don't match up. So it took a while to look, but yeah. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, let's get into the good stuff. Let's get into the stitching while you are all here. I have some very exciting news. So I'm going to do June stats in just a minute. But first of all, I'm going to show you. I have 2 finishes to share with you this week. 2. I'm super excited about both of them. So first up, I finished, this is Tutor Bee by the Blue Flower. So I finished this. And let me show it to you. And I think I am going to finish it as a pillow, kind of like what they have here. So I really think that's cute. And here is my finish. I love it. I ended up taking out the Krynet crown. When everything was in there, it just looked a little out of place. It just didn't, I don't know. It was shiny and cute, but then I was just like, I don't love it. It's just a little bit too crowded in there. It looks like the crown is off. It looks like I should have moved it over more, but it's correct. I counted multiple times. That is the correct spacing. I think it's so that it lines up with everything like center here, even though it's a little bit off around the flowers. But that is Tutor Bee. So Tutor Bee took me a total of 23 hours. I think I started this last year. And I finished it last Saturday on the 24th. I can't remember exactly what date I finished it or started it. And I just used mostly DMC. I just used what I had in my stash. So I did change a bunch of the colors. And I can show you that right here. These are the colors I swapped. So it calls for MPIs. But I used mostly DMC, except for there's one Garden Gate, because I had it in my stash. So I just changed up the colors to what I had on hand. But, so that's my conversion, I guess. Sorry. That's my conversion, I guess, if you want to even call it that. So that is done, which I'm very excited about. I think it's a really cute piece. Like I said, it took me 23 hours to stitch. And I just think it turned out really, really pretty. Okay, So the next one that I finished, you're not going to believe this. I finished, well, you might believe it actually. I finished Early Bird Bouquets. So this is what it this is what it does look like. So I finished the third piece. So now all three pieces are done. So this counts as one whip, even though there's three pieces. So one whip is now officially done. Okay, so let me show you the one that I started and finished. Yeah. So this is the one. This is the new one. Started and finished. This one was by far the quickest one for me to stitch. This one took me 14 hours. So it's really, really cute. I love it. So there's this one. I'm going to just show you all of them one more time. This is the second one I did. And the second one I did here. This one took me 20 hours, even though the book said something like 12. Took me 20. There's a lot of back stitching in these, but that's what makes it. You know what I mean? And then this is the first one I did, which took me 24 hours as I was figuring things out. So I think the back stitching really, really makes this. I love this. This is sort of haul, but I'll just show it here because it makes the most sense. I did go to Joann's. I bought the 3 hoops as they show in here. And I bought the paint, so I have the green for that one. I have the orange for that one. I had a hard time finding the right color for this one. This is pretty close. I don't know. It's not exactly, but that was the closest I could find. So I do plan on painting them and doing a hoop finish for these. And I also got a paintbrush for that project. So I am very excited about that. So both Tutor Bee and Early Birds Bouquets we're on my year of whips. So that's 2 more year of whips that I have finished, which is great. So if you add up 24 hours plus 20, 44, plus 14, is that 58? 58 hours to do the whole project, all 3 pieces. I don't know why those first 2 took me so long, honestly, but there you go. There was some frogging, I think, is probably why. So those are my finishes, which I'm so excited about. So it was a good week, a good stitching week. So June stats, now that I showed you kind of the finishes, let me go over the June stats. I stitched a total of 105 hours in June. I started June with 53 whips. I ended June with 51 whips because I finished those 2. So I now have 7 out of 12 whips finished for a year of whips. So I have 5 more to finish, which I think we can do. Okay, so in addition to those finishes, I also worked on our spring montage. So spring montage, so I worked on it for our last day. It's going to go away now until next year. But I want to show you my starting picture spring montage where I started as of the beginning of April. So as the beginning of April, I had, which I'll show you that picture over right now, I had a total of 613 stitches, and I was at 0.42% done. So now here is where we are ending, right here. So quite a bit of progress, huh? I'm thrilled with this. I love this piece so very much. So this is spring montage. Oh, let me show you. I was so wrapped up in the stats. Artwork by Janet Stever, charted by Pain Free Crafts, and of course I'm right up in here. So you can see working on it just one day a week for a few months really gets a lot of progress. In June, I did a total of 5,227 stitches. Is that right? I don't think that's right. I think in June, I think my numbers, I have June numbers are more than the total numbers, so that's clearly not right. But I'm at 3.53% done. How about that? So 3.53% done. And I started again at 0.42% done. So I'm thrilled. I'm really, really thrilled with this progress. And I'm excited. I'm ready to put it away, but I'm excited to pull it out again next year because now we'll be switching over to summer montage, which I'll be showing you in a little bit. I think I need more coffee today. So I finished because Early Bird Bouquet took me a lot less time than I expected. I was able to pull out, I had time to work on another project that I hadn't planned to this month. So logic would say, work on another piece of your Year of Whips or pull out Winter Quakers maybe that is a really big piece with a lot of stitching in it that I'm aiming to finish, but I didn't. I pulled out a piece because I was like, I started this for my birthday actually, and I only got one day of stitching on it. So I pulled out Blue Rhapsody by Rosewood Manor. I worked on this a little bit on Thursday evening. I mostly finished up Early Bird, but I had like 45 minutes left of stitching time. So I did work on, so I pulled this out to work on it, and then I worked on it last night as well. I think I got like 4 hours in. So I'm right up in here. So last time I had this corner done, and then this line down here of this box was mostly done. So I finished up that. I actually did this corner, and across there, and I even got to start on the butterfly. So let's take a look. And I'm just using the called for. There's only 2 colors in this. Oh, the cat hair just gets all over. But let me show you. So it's Weeks Dye Works is what I'm using. And this is where I'm at. So corner done, all this is done. So now, and I got a quarter of the butterfly done. So next time this comes out, I'll be able, to work on the butterfly and finish that up. And then there's an alphabet. Well, page 1 has part of the alphabet below and then part of the alphabet across. What I'm doing, because I've mentioned this before, even though I've never actually done it because I haven't actually really had an opportunity to do it. My initials are CLZ, and so they're in alphabetical order. Thanks, Mom and Dad. So what I'm going to do, the alphabet in this one, as you can see here, I'm just going to flip-flop the colors. I'm hoping that will make it stand out a little bit more. So it's mostly light colors with a little bit of dark highlights with the alphabet. I'm going to flip it so that the CLZ will look a little bit different from the others. If you have a better suggestion, let me know. So I'm really excited so the first page is goes down to here basically, and then we would work over, but I'm really excited. I want to get that C done. So I don't know when this is coming back out again. It was kind of it was like a fun little, hey, I have extra time I wasn't counting on. And I only got to work on this one day, so I thought I would pull it out. So I got, like a day and a little bit more worked on this one. So that was fun to pull out. So that's Blue Rhapsody by Rosewood Manor. So I do have a little bit of haul to share with you. This bag, my basket next to me is overflowing because we have June or July plans to show you too. Okay. So, first up, I got my punch needle and primitive stitcher. This is, it must be summer 2023 issue I will do a flip through. I know I owe you a couple of flip throughs. So I will be doing those hopefully this weekend. Okay. If you watch Garon Stitchery's Flosstube, they go through what the new products are in their shop for that week. It's very enabling. Very enabling. You've been warned. So I placed an order and with them. And first off, this is probably the least exciting but important. I got the snag repair tool. I lost so it comes with a really large one and a smaller one. The large one I think is great for like sweaters and stuff. The smaller one is perfect for cross stitch. I lost my smaller one, and so I just bought 2 packs. They're only a couple dollars. So I got some more of those. And then they were showing this one. So this was like my fear got the best of me on this one. This is Mirabilia. This is called Titania, Queen of the Fairies. And this one they said is quite an older one, which they could tell by the number. But it was still, so it's not out of print or anything, but I kind of got worried that it would be out of print. And so I grabbed it. I think she's really, really pretty with those champagne colors. And then I got the bead pack, MD 38. So that is a very old one. Look at those beads, like the champagne colors. I just think it's beautiful. So I got that because I was worried it would go out of print. And then they showed, which one did they show? I think they showed this one. So this is the Fragments in Time by Summerhouse Stitchworks, the 2023. This is the one I think they showed, and I was like, oh, that's so pretty. I love that. When I was at Colorado Cross Stitcher in May with my friend Jessie, I picked up number 1, which is the Rudolph one, just because I thought it was really cute, and I had no real intention of collecting them all, because usually, I don't know. I think I'm going to collect them all now, though. Is basically, so this is when they showed, this is number 4. And I don't know if it has a specific name. I mean, the whole series is called Berlin Woolwork, but anyway, Fragments in Time, number 4. This one is number 1. Oh, this one is number 1, I guess. So it's the house. 1. Oh, the Rudolph one must be number 2, because I also got number 3, which is the swan, which I think is beautiful as well. So I guess I'm collecting these now. So I got those. And then this, I was looking through other Summerhouse Stitchworks, and this is totally like the equivalent of an impulse buy. It was so cute. It's Forget Me Not. And it just says Forget Me Not. And I think it's just really pretty. You could make it into a drum. So I got that. Okay. So that's what I got for haul from Garon. And then I already showed you my Joann's haul with the paint and the hoops and all that. Okay, so that's all I have for haul. And then we have giveaways, which I did not do giveaways last week just because I was with Andrea and I figured the video was long enough. But I have giveaways for this week, which were from 2 videos ago. Okay, so first up, we were giving away, this is Blue Hawaiian Garden by the Bay Needle Art. The keyword for this one was blue, and the winner of this is Rosa Moulton. So for each of you, please email me at czukstitch@gmail.com. It is linked. It is also written in the description box down below, but I need your address. Rosa Moulton. And usually what I try to do is I try to wait until I have everybody's address and then mail them out. But we'll see with the holiday and all that. It might be later in the week. But Rosa Moulton, Moulton. Next up was another By the Bay. This is Pink and Plum, Stitch and Inch Garden. And the winner of this is Kim A. All the name said was Kim A. So Kim, if you can email me. Then we had another Stitch and Inch, and this is Orange and Apricot, and the winner is Denise Gray. Denise, I don't know if I have your address, but if you can email me just to make sure. That would be great. So Denise Gray. And last one is a Madame Chantilly. And this is Summer. It's in French, but it's Summer. I think it's really cute. And the winner of this is Nanita Butcher. Nanita Butcher. So if you could email me as well. So that's really fun. Okay, so no giveaways for this week just because let me get these sent out and then we'll do other ones. Okay, so let's talk about July plans since it's July 1. I'm so excited. So I am going to participate like I did last July in Tour de France, which is it's an event or a challenge under Full Coverage Fanatics, I believe is the Facebook group, where you stitch the number of kilometers that the Tour de France bike riders do each day. They have different levels of the challenge where different colored jerseys where you can do just the sprint days when they're just sprinting, there's another level, and then there's everything. I'm going to try to do everything. And same as last year, my piece for this this year is going to be cat alphabet. So this will be super fun. It's something like 3,300 and change stitches in if you complete the whole thing for the month. So cat alphabet, this is a Heaven and Earth Designs. This is artwork by Irina Garmashova. And of course, I'm in this first little box. So let's do the before picture. I'm so excited, and I'm excited to do like before and after. Especially because doing this project or this challenge last year really pushed this one forward. So here, whoops, just show it already, girl. I'm trying. Here it is. Okay. So here's our before. This is where we're starting. You can see a couple of things. There's a little mousy right over here. So I will probably start over here to fill in these gaps of this block and work on that mousy. And then maybe once we get it to about the same length that it is on the left-hand side, we can go in and work on the kitty cat in the center there. I love this one. This one is so fun working on. This is a really great, if you are interested in full coverage, but scared of like a lot of confetti, this is a good one because the confetti it's not confetti heavy like some other hates. I mean, there are color changes, of course, and there might be sections where the confetti is a bit heavier than other sections, but for the most part, this one has more blocks of color. So if you're like, I really want to try a Hade and I want it to be a full size and I love cats, this would be a great one. Look, it's shutting on me just like my cats do. It would be a great one to start with because it's a little bit less confetti heavy than some of the others. Okay, so that is Cat Alphabet. Cat Alphabet is also going to count for Magazine Monthly challenge group that I co-run with my friend Robin. I know it's not out of a magazine. I don't think any of mine are magazine. Well, no, I don't think anything of mine are magazines this month. But the theme for this month is safari. And so I'm using Cat Alphabet to count for the theme because you see cats on a safari. Maybe not those cats, but you know, these are ancestors of or descendants, I guess, of the cats that you would see on a safari. So that's how I'm making that one work. And I didn't grab the data of what percentage done I am and all that for that one. So I'll go over that next week when I show you my progress because it starts today. I have stitching to do today, July 1. So I'm very excited about that. So that will be fun. And then next up we are switching over to summer montage. The acrostic for this month. So the theme is safari. The acrostic is either hippo, or if you're what we call a super challenger and you want an extra challenge, it's hippopotamus. I'm just doing hippo. And so summer montage, again, artwork by Janet Seaver, charted by Pain-Free Crafts. This is going to count for my 2 P's in hippo for Pain-Free Crafts. And of course, I'm right up here in that first block. And again, I didn't pull the data or the stats on how far I am. No, I did not. But here's our before picture. So this is where we're starting. I actually think I have more done on this one than I did on any of the other ones when I am like starting my 3-month rotation on it. So that's where we're at. So hopefully we'll get some good progress. We're not quite at the bottom yet, so I need to figure out where the bottom is and kind of work in, I don't know, columns. It'll be fun to get to that rose in there. That will be really fun. And if you didn't know, Portland is the city of roses. So we have a lot of roses here. So that will be fun. So that is summer montage. So that will be fun to pull that one out. Okay, I'm going to have 2 new starts, which we talked about last week. And I know Gary's going to be starting one of them with us. Of course, I didn't write down. Hold on. Oh, I have it right here. Okay. So today, July 1, even though I know it's Canada Day, I am going to be starting, wrong one. Jan Hicks creates Pluribus Unum. And there's a big group that enabled me to start this one. Our hashtag is hashtag JHC for Jan Hicks Creates, JHC Pluribus Unum Sal. I will put that in the description box down below. If you want to start this with us, it's a start along, right? So if you don't have everything yet, that's fine. Just go out and get what you need and then use the hashtag. We would love to see your progress. I think this is such a beautiful piece, and I'm not a patriotic stitcher. So I bought the threads, right? So I have the threads that I need. And then I knew I had some fabric upstairs in my craft room that would work. And so this is kind of what, this is not, it's blowing it out. It's Eggnog by Color and Cotton. It is from the November 2021 Fabric of the Month Club. That's a little bit better. So I think this will work. I mean, some of the colors might be a little washed out, but I think it'll be okay because like the white stars will be surrounded by, you know, the navy field, right? So like these white stars, if they don't show up real great, it's okay because they'll be surrounded by that navy. Now over here, we'll just have to see. I might have to change some colors or whatnot, but I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with the eggnog. So that will be today's start, which I'm very excited about. After I do the cat alphabet, I think today we have like 180 stitches to do or something. So, you know, it can take a little bit of time. So that's one of my new starts. The other new start that I'm going to be doing on July 4th with Andrea and Gary and a bunch of other people. So again, if you have this in your stash or in your whip pile, pull it out and work on it with us. One Nation by Bygone Stitches. I have everything I need in here. I'm just using the called for colors, except for the fabric. Is a fabrics by Stephanie. It is French blue. And I am going to stitch the states I have lived in. I'm going to stitch in blue. And thanks to my friend Joy Lisa, she suggested, I said, well, I was born in Canada. So she said, well, you could replace some of these little motifs. And I think I might replace some of these motifs with like a maple leaf to represent Canada and maybe MB to represent Manitoba or something like that. I'll fit it in kind of on the corner here as a little nod to, even though this is a U.S. flag, just to make it a little more personal. But I'm really excited about starting this one as well. This is going to be a huge one. The stitch count on this one is 400 stitches wide by 210. But listen, I think this one is more about tenacity than anything because you have 50 stars, right? I mean, it's just very monotonous, I think, and then a whole bunch of words. So I think that it's more about tenacity than anything else. I think the words will go somewhat fast, but then you have these long stretches of a border to do, right? So it's just about tenacity. Anyway, that's going to be another new start. Okay, and then the rest of the time for July, what I'm going to be working on is I'm doing Jolly July or Christmas in July, however you want it. Say it. I decided that this year, and I'm really excited about this, I'm going to pick 4 main projects and give them, I think I'm giving them 5 days each during the week. So that means that you might not see as many different types of projects, but we should see really good progress on the ones that I'm working on. So first up, the first week of July, I'm going to be working on glitter houses. And let me show you where I'm at. This is on a raw natural silver. So I have the first 3 are done. So I'm going to be going down and starting on the next level down. And my Aunt Gail loves this one. 5, 4. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Okay. So here's number 4. This is by Country Cottage Needleworks. Here's number 4. And my goal is to finish the number 4 this week. I think it's cute with the pink house. So I want to finish 4, 5, and 6 this year yet. I haven't pulled it out this year, but in fall and winter, because they don't take super long. Hopefully, knock on wood. But the first few haven't taken that terribly long. I mean, this one does look like it has quite a bit of stitching in it. But I want to finish 4, 5, and 6 this year because I'm going to put this on my year of whips to finish it for next year, finish the whole piece. So I would just do 7, 8, and 9. So that is the goal on this one, is to finish block 4, start and finish block 4. Okay. So Aunt Gail, you'll be happy to see this one coming out. Whoops, now I've just unraveled it. I don't know why I don't work. Well, I do know why I don't love working on this one. It's because the opalescent fabric it's very hard for me to see the holes on that one. And then week 2, I'm going to pull out one that I started with the lovely Jan Hicks of Jan Hicks Creates. It is a Bothy Threads kit. It is 12 Days of Christmas. I am on number 1. This is a kit, came with everything you needed. I changed out the fabric. So I'm just using, it's a full coverage piece, so I'm just using, I don't know, it's probably a 32 count white Lugana. And that's where I am on number 1. So I love the sparkle. It is a Krynic. I love it. And I'm really excited to get back to this. I don't know if I will finish, because these blocks are full coverage. So I don't know if I'll be able to finish the whole block in 5 days or not, but I hope to see some really good progress on this one. Because this one, here, let me show you again, because I just kind of flashed it. So this is what it will look like overall. And so here's where I'm at. And you can see each of these blocks is completely full coverage. But I love it. So I'll kind of be working over here and probably starting on the bird. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I don't have a good sense of how long these blocks take me to do, honestly, because I haven't finished one yet. So that will be fun to pull out and to work on. Next, we're going to be, you've seen this one recently. This one is our very favorite Hearthside Christmas by Erica Michaels. So this one is on my year of whips. This one, we're going to aim for a finish this month. This will be a little bit later in the month. I think this is my 3rd week. It's listed for my 3rd week. And here's where we're at. So we need to finish that border and there's a couple more bands to do and finish that tree band near the bottom there. Simon agrees. But I think we have a fighting chance to get this one done. So that is Hearthside Christmas on the Year of Whips, and the goal is to finish this piece. And then we can get it framed and have it hung up in time for Christmas this year. Okay, and then the last Christmas piece I'm going to work on this month is another one that I started with my friend Andrea, whom you met. This is Long Dog Samplers, 1 down, 3 across. We started this last year, and I have just the tiniest start on it right up there. But I think this is really pretty. And let's see where the project is. Oh, here it is. It's on a navy blue. Oh, I even have the tag on it. It's just a 28 count navy. And here's where I'm at. I'm doing it all in white. But look how it stands out on that navy. So I don't have much done on it. I think I've worked on this one day. And I am using DMC B5200 is what I'm using for this one. So that will get some attention. So those are my plans. I'm really excited. I really am liking this focusing for, 5 days on a piece because you get a lot done. And then it's, then you get a little bit of a break, but then you want to pull it back out again and work at trying to get some pieces done here. Okay, so the plans for this coming week. So those are the plans for July, but the plans for this week, we're going to have 2 new starts. So it kind of negates my 2 finishes from June. We're going to start E Pluribus, Unum, and One Nation. We're going to work on Summer Montage, so that will be fun. We're going to be working on Cat Alphabet, get a lot of progress in Cat Alphabet. And then we'll be, hopefully, next week you will see Glitter House number 4 finished. That is the goal. But it won't count as a finish, right? Like Glitter House counts as 1 whip on my list. So that won't be like a full finish. It will just be that 1 piece finished. But next year we'll get a full finish on that. All right. I think that's everything I have. Thank you all so much for watching. If you won the chart, please contact me so I can get those mailed out to you. I hope you have a wonderful Canada Day. I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July if you're in the U.S. Please be safe. If there's no firework ban, please don't set off fireworks. It scares veterans. It scares animals, wildlife. It can start wildfires. I live in an area that's very prone to wildfires. So it's a very scary time of year, honestly. I don't have big plans for the 4th of July. I really like to stay home and snuggle with my cats because they do get really, really scared. And so they like it when I crawl in bed and they can crawl under the covers and hide from the fireworks. So that's probably what our plan is. So nothing too exciting, but that's okay. I'd rather be here and snuggle them and make sure that they feel safe as they can feel because they don't know what's going on, I mean, the fireworks have already started a little bit, not terrible actually, but every night there's been, a few. And it's scary. It's scary. So please take good care of yourselves and I will see you all next week. Bye.